Welcome back to Dubbzi Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. And today is the first day I've been in the Lego room for 3 weeks. I was on holiday for a couple of weeks, came back, was stinking cold, and today is the first day that I'm back out here. So I hope you enjoyed the content I uploaded for whilst I was away. There were some great comments in there about the Shrek Tower, the GCPD cars. So I really do appreciate all the comments that you put in there. I do read every comment and take everything on board. So thank you very much, and keep those comments coming. With the GCPD cars, people have suggested, will I be doing versions of the car like the Crown Vic, which is a version of the car that I would like to do. But somebody did also say about doing the 60s style, which I think could work quite well around Gotham City. So whether I have a mixture, I'm not sure, but the cars are something that I am going to continue experimenting with. Now, with the Shrek Tower, it is going to be my own design of this. I'm not going to be basing it off of the Batman Returns film. This style of that just isn't going to work in Lego, or not on this city anyway. So that is something I'm going to be continuing to experiment with in the near future. I do need to get several of the window pieces to continue the build on there. I didn't get them whilst in Germany, as it's cheaper for me to get them off the pick a brick wall. And I will be going up to Dublin hopefully in a week or two's time. So fingers crossed, they'll be on the wall and I'll be able to get them then. And then I can carry on working on that structure. Whether or not the structure stays here or gets moved to another part of the city, we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. One thing I am considering doing is actually putting the GCPD here. I think that could potentially be a better place for the GCPD, especially near the courthouse. I think the vibe along there will be very similar. So yeah, just have to have a think about that. But the main change that I want to make to the city at the moment is down this end, the docks area. And I still have to work on the Joker Funhouse down there, and the roller coaster. That's all in pieces at the moment. I need to reverse the style of that so that the roller coaster comes out the opposite side. But what I want to do is actually move this back by further either 8 or 16 studs. Now, it doesn't involve much work, as I can just peel the whole structure off of the base plates and then just put it back on there. It's a quite simple job to do, so that is something I'm considering at the moment. But the main change is to this part just here. I want to have it so there's actually a section of water that goes back into the city, and then sat on the water is going to be a submarine for the Penguin. This side of the submarine hangar, should we call it, is going to be the IceBerg Lounge. So it'll be on ground level here, but you'll also be able to get to it from the docks area at the top. So all of those criminals that are on the docks will be able to get access from there. So I think that could be quite a good place to have the IceBerg Lounge. You have 2 different feels about it. It's going to look classy on the front this side and really dark on the back. So that's just something I'm considering at the moment, but I do think that could look really good, and have that hangar in there with the submarine I think will be really cool. So yeah, just need to work out exactly whether or not that is what we want to do and how we're going to go about doing so. So without further ado, let's have a good look at it, and yeah, let's get started. And that's the docks all pushed back by about 16 studs. It was quite easy to peel the base plates off. Just had to amend the road section at the back there. But happy that I've done this. Don't feel like I've lost anything along the back there. But by gaining the extra water, I think is going to make this look a lot better. Next up, let's start working on the area just here where we're going to have the hangar for the submarine. And that's the majority of the back wall all ready for the submarine hangar there. And I've put a ladder built into the wall there. So if you're on the docks area side here, you can go down the ladder and get to the submarine. A couple of clips on the wall for added details and some brackets there as well. So I'll get those added further down the line. And the plan is I'm going to have some sort of building here, so you'll be able to enter that, and that'll take you down to the submarine. And also on this side where we've got the IceBerg Lounge, I'm going to have the Penguin's office, and there'll be a doorway there which again will lead out to the submarine. Now, I'm a little bit concerned that this area here might not be wide enough, so I'm just going to start planning this area here now. At the moment I've got a road here, and I was going to have one there, but I want to have a building in here if I can. So I'm just wondering whether the Flatiron-esque building might work. So we're just going to have a little bit of an experiment with that section, and then we'll take from there. Now with this area here, what I'll do is I'll do the outline of the submarine in plates of the same colour of the submarine. I'll then tile over the very top of it with water on the edges, and then I will build on top of that. That way it's going to give the illusion the submarine's getting fatter as it goes underwater. So that's the plan with that section. So what I'm going to do now is turn my attention to this area just here, get the roads all mapped out how they're going to be. I might even not bother having roads. So yeah, it's just something I need to look at. It would be nice though to have a building here with a road going around it. So yeah, let's move this building out of the way and see what we can come up with. And that's all the roads at the correct size. And the section in the centre there, I'm hoping is just about big enough for our Flatiron-esque building, which is going to be the Gotham Gazette. So I'm just going to bring that building over here, put it in place, and just make sure that it looks okay. And there is the Flatiron-esque all in place, and I'm loving having that building in this part of the city. I think it works really well. So that's where we're going to have the Gotham Gazette. What I'm going to do now, though, is actually move the roads over. I know I've only just done it, but I do feel like that is just a little bit too narrow. The more I sort of like think about the layout of how I'm potentially going to have the IceBerg Lounge, it just needs an extra 4 to 8 studs. So we'll move that over, just move this over. There's very little work involved with it. And then we'll just move this wall here over as well. So we'll take a chunk out of the water and then move the curve back there. So let's do that first of all. And then once I've done so, I'll start tidying up the area underneath the flat iron. And that's the roads all laid around the Flatiron-esque building. The section there has been all tarred, and I've made a start on the sidewalks as well. And once again, don't worry about the markings on the road. They will change eventually. I have got a load more plates on the way, and they should be with us any day. So fingers crossed I'll be able to start doing all of the details on all of the roads very soon. But really happy with how this has come along. I'm going to put a few trees in here, I think, a couple of benches maybe, some fire hydrants, bins, all that sort of thing, a post box maybe. So yeah, loads of little details still to be added to that section. But what I'm going to concentrate on now is just mapping out where the railway line is now going to go. I need to bring it over this way slightly, I think, towards the water, as at the moment the support structure be in the middle of the road. So I need to avoid that. And I don't particularly want to have it going over the road here, as the pavement's not that wide on that side, and also due to the sign which is going to have the Gotham Gazette on there as well. So we're going to possibly look at a totally different structure for the support along the waterfront section just here. And here we have attempt number 1 at getting the train track all connected in a big loop. And it seems to be going quite smoothly. A couple of bits I've tweaked as I've been going along, such as this bit here. I did have a straight in between these 2 bits of track here and here. However, the problem was the track along here where the train station is going to be, it was too far back on the race platform. I want to have a road along the back of the platform there, and there just wasn't enough room. So by removing the track here, that enabled me to bring this all over my 16 studs. And ideally, I'd like to have it so that track was close to the front of the raised platform area. So I may put another bit of curved track going around, so it carries on coming around, then reverse the curve that way. And that should just bring it over a fraction more. So the closer to the front, the better. Now, I do need to work on the support pillars. I've experimented a little bit with it by having 4 of these pre-moulded pieces together, just messing around with the design on the very bottom of them. And the track here, I've put a kink in it just purely to bring the track over this way just a little bit, and that's so that I don't have to have the supports going over the road. Now I'm going to have it coming over the road here, as you can see, unless I bring it down a little bit further. But if I brought it down any further, then it's going to start interfering with the IceBerg Lounge here. So yeah, I think I just need to work out how to build a support which goes up and then leans over the road for that one. So it's only 1 or 2 maybe supports on there. The rest of them I could just have single support beams in the middle of the track going around. I might need to bridge one across on there, but yeah, we'll carry on experimenting with that. As I mentioned previously, the train station is going to be going up the top on the race platform there, and it would be nice to have a second line on here which leads out of the city down past Arkham Asylum and the prison. So that's just again something I need to work out whether or not I can get away with doing. It'd also be quite nice to have a train track coming into the back of the docks area. It would have to be a dead end on there, and it would also need to be before the road because I don't want to have to go the road to go over it. So just need to work out the logistics on that, or I could even have a crossing. So yeah, there's lots of things I need to plan out on the back of the docks area just there. Now, one other thing I have been considering is whether or not to actually have a second train line on here. It has been mentioned in the past I should be having 2 train lines running around the top of Gotham City, and I think I've got more than enough track to do so. I purchased a load off of Johannes from Vineyard Bricks when I went to Germany, and I've used barely any of it, so I may very well have the majority of what I would need to do a second line around here. But my only concern is, once I've built the support underneath the actual track itself, how much are you actually going to be able to see down into the city? At least with it just being one track, I don't need to make the actual support under this that wide, and then it's not going to be obstructing the view. So yeah, just need to make a decision on that. It is something that crops up quite a lot. I think people think, or some people have thought, that the track is just going to be resting on these pillars. It's not. There will be something built onto the bottom of all of the track to give it the extra strength that it needs to take the weight of the train carriages. But yeah, it's nice to have this section all sorted now. I'm really pleased with how that's coming together now, and hopefully in the next week or two I'll be getting all of the parts to start doing the road markings on the roads around Gotham City as well. Anyway, that's all we have time for. I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham City and Lego, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Hey, thanks for popping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.